Ta-da-da-da-da.
Good evening, one and all. What's up, Dave? What's up, Arcane? Peach, thank you so much for subscribing for 55 months. So good to have you here all this time. Really appreciate it. Good evening, Satellite. Good evening, Zem. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope you're doing well. I hope you survived your week. I survived mine. I had some important things to take care of this morning. And since then, it's been a pretty head-empty kind of day. This is an intervention. But who is being intervened upon, I ask? We surviving. We surviving. We doing what we can here. I surviving hard. I played a ton of Vampire Survivor today. Funny enough. I think I mentioned on Discord yesterday that I discovered that my save data for Vampire Survivor was gone. Yeah, I recouped all of that and then some. I am now quite a ways beyond where I was when I originally played the game, so no worries, we're good. And I celebrated by picking up the DLC for it, which is frankly a intimidating amount of content. Like, holy crap, the character selection screen now is terrifying. Did you get sidebar? I don't believe I did. The Saga collab is wild. I saw Rusty's retirement also got a Vampire Survivor stuff. Oh, really? That's cool. You know, when you hear the first shitty Survivor, like, you're gonna be real sad you didn't just declare Vampire Survivor night. I almost did. I came this close. I bought that DLC. I was like, I could just play the DLC tonight. But then it also occurred to me that if I do good at Vampire Survivor, which, yeah, I know, haha, fat chance of that, we're only gonna get in like 6 or 7 runs of it, so. Which isn't to say we won't do it at some point. The other thing, and we'll talk more about this, we really kind of need to do a Curator Connect night. It's starting to stack up again, if you can believe it. But cheers, chat. Here's to you. Good to see y'all out tonight. Good evening, Eva. Picked up Promise Mascot Agency. I'll play at some point. I still have the demo for it, and I really need to play the demo. I mean, I grabbed the demo specifically because I love Paradise Killer so much. I don't actually know if Promise Mascot Agency is going to appeal to me so much. Mizroy certainly does. Thank you so much for the Mizraid. Good evening. Hello, Princess Balance. Good to see you tonight. Good evening, Mizroy. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, honestly, my interest in Promise Mascot Agency is solely because they're the devs of Paradise Killer. I will give the game a try at some point, and we'll see. Super curious because you love mascots. It's definitely the game for you then. And Paradise Killer, yeah. You're playing Hard Space. Okay, Eva, I saw your post about Hard Space Shipbreaker on Discord and how you are enjoying it. But you also wish they would just shut the hell up about the plot, and I totally agree with you. I felt exactly the same way, and it's frustrating because the plot of Hard Space Shipbreaker is like genuinely important and something that I like nominally agree with, but it's done so poorly, it irritates me. Like, the story in Hard Space Shipbreaker is weirdly intrusive and awkward. And it really makes me wish they had backed off or focused on something else or something. But yeah. What's up, Dronon? Good to see you tonight. Welcome in. Good evening, Naren. Good to see you too. Watched the stream of Promise Mascot Agency for a while. It's very funny. Has a very strong Yakuza side story vibe to his writing. Ooh, that is appealing. Curious VA does the main character of that. Oh, awesome. Grab the Yakuza DLC for Dave the... I didn't realize Dave the Diver had Yakuza DLC. I gotta hand it to Dave the Diver. They really seem to understand their audience. They seem to know exactly what they're doing when it comes down to DLC. Frustrating because there are plenty of subtle nods and links to shitty ass companies. Just through messaging in the intro, you don't need. Yeah, it's really down to the dialogue. Like, Hard Space does a great job of world building and environmental storytelling and all of that. The dialogue is just not good, and it really needs so much less of it. It's unfortunate. Stream's good played a ZX Spectrum demo, which was fine. Most of Vincent the Secret of Myers, which is a spooky visual novel, was actually good. Glad to hear it. Yakuza DLC is small, but it's time limited for purchase. Had a little beat 'em up section, karaoke with Ichiban. Yeah, I know that Dave the Diver does that. They time limit their DLC to urge people on into getting it. Like, I think the first DLC for it was like a Godzilla crossover that is now impossible to get hold of. So I won't speak to the morals or business acumen of doing that. But I will say the actual content of their DLC seems to be particularly well focused. I think most of them aren't limited. Okay, Godzilla and this one are? Okay, good to know. Good to know. There's a new actual mainline Toho is just announced. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I am all in on Vampire Survivors right now. I am surviving my little heart out. Had a really good time with it. Got to some stuff that I had never seen before. That was really exciting. I got one build going where I had basically beaten the game at the 18-minute mark. Like, I was like level 100 and aggressively unkillable 18 minutes in, and I basically just kind of sat there for the next 10 minutes. It was really funny. Dave the Diver is just a solid game. That's what I've heard. I really do want to play it at some point. You know, it's a little... It and I have some history now that's probably going to keep me from playing it for a while yet, but I will get around to it. I'm sure I'll enjoy it when I do. Do you like the Yakuza DLC is totally not Kashiwagi guest starring? Because Ichiban's certainly not going to be... Oh, no, you have nothing to apologize for. I'm not sore about what happened, but I'm also not looking for, you know, big reminders of it. I have no particular interest in playing Nexon games anytime soon. Got the desert check and then pirated. Those runs are great, except when you need to evolve one fucking weapon for an unlock, and the game is giving you literally everything. Yeah, no, I got down to just the pentagram. I think I have all the other basic evolutions at this point. and I kept trying to do the pentagram and kept fucking it up. So this last run, I just took the lady who starts with the pentagram, and she destroyed the library. She just obliterated it. Castlevania stuff is nice in Vampire Survivor 2, yeah. I think the next time I play Vampire Survivor, I'm probably gonna crack into one of the DLCs. Yeah, I hate pentagram because of how much like experience and items it deletes, but oh my god, it is amazing if you evolve it. It is absolutely sick. And yeah, I stacked up cooldown reduction, and I also, like, just today I unlocked the randomazo or whatever it is that gets you cards, and like the first card I had for it was the one that thoroughly, like, that further reduces cooldown on a bunch of weapons. So yeah, she just went nuts. That character just went off. What's up, Helvy? Good to see you. Haven't played Vampire Survivor in 2 years. Randomly did a few runs over the last couple of days. Basically where I'm at. Yeah, I don't think I'd played it since 2022. But yeah, I started back up yesterday, and I'm all in. I'm obsessed. Love the pigeon. I do too. I love the birds. I got the bird evolutions today, and they were awesome. Yep, I started the tarot. I think Foscari has your favorite DLC weapons. I haven't cracked them all open. I'll let you know how it goes with me. I'm gonna try and split my time. Like, I want to keep unlocking stuff in the base game and like doing that stuff, but I'm also really curious about the DLC and how they're, you know, they're kind of their own thing. And I'm really curious about the more detailed maps that the DLCs have. You like the Bayonetta guns? I just got that character unlocked today. I'm weird about Vampire Survivor. So, library, love the library, no problem. The factory stage, that's okay. I've learned to cope with that. The tower, I got to the tower the first time today, beat it on the first try. Like, love it, it's great. The first stage, the Mad Woods, I'm garbage at that. I am so bad at that stage. Like, I feel like my characters like never keep up with the HP scaling. Like the other, like library and tower, no problem. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Factory, a little bit more challenging, but I get what I'm doing there. Mad Woods, I suck. As soon as those big bats show up, I am screwed. I am donezo. I did finally beat the Mad Woods today for the first time. I don't even remember what my build was, but yeah, I was like, it was a serious business build. I was not screwing around. I took all the best stuff. Does that ball work? The wood still kill you 11 minutes? And yeah, that has been my experience for ages. Something related, I mentioned there's a Pathfinder themed Survivor. Like, you have not, actually. That is interesting to know. First level is so much harder than the second. Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. Did not survive the vampire. Nope. Yeah, oh god, it's so fun. Gallows Spire Survivor. Is that on Steam? Really tempted to get back to Dead Cells to try to push forward. I should do that too. I love Dead Cells. Dead Cells is one of my all-time favorite platformers, but I've only beaten it like once. And I've never done boss cell runs in it. And I know there's some content you can only get to with certain numbers of boss cells, so. Deadly Footprints art reminds you of Killer Frequency. Oh yeah! I kind of see that. It's like $7. Let's take a look real quick, chat. Let's take a look. We're not gonna talk too much. Pathfinder Gallus Spire Survivors. We're not gonna talk too much tonight, but I'm curious about this. Looks. Is this a mobile game? It kind of has that mobile UI going on. Definitely looks like a Survivor game. Looks mixed. I remember thinking to myself, the first level of Hollow Hero was goddamn impossible and I got to start playing it. Started playing the first level, got a new computer, no bonuses and upgrades. I beat it easily. Skill issue. Saw today that Monaco 2 dropped on Steam a couple days ago, completely out of nowhere. Adored the first one, still one of the best co-op games around. I never played Monaco co-op. I did enjoy it for a while. Don't believe it's on mobile, but I also haven't looked. My phone isn't handy right now, so. I mean, one thing about the whole like mobile UI aesthetic is it has kind of spread over into other genres just because there's so many developers that are primarily versed in that. And it's, you know, it's a popular format. Everything is right there on the screen for you to access directly. All your quests are over here, all your resources are over here, all your menu buttons are over here. And it's not that far a cry from like just general MMO UI design. All your yeah, can't forget about your gems. You need those gems. I feel there's something in the woods being more wide open so enemies are flooding from all directions, while in the library and tower they're channeled for specific directions. Also agreed. Also agreed. Yeah, the library and the tower definitely feel more manageable. The factory feels similarly out of control to the woods, but I think there's something about... There's also different modifiers on them, now that I think about it. Like, I think your characters are just slower in the woods, too. So it may be something as simple as it's just harder to get out of the way of things there. Does show on the Play Store is not there. They'd be shooting themselves in the foot losing sales like that. Yeah, UI is probably just inspired by mobile UI. Mobile games, the general aesthetic of them are extremely unappealing to you. And I get that. I totally get that. It carries certain connotations and expectations, so. I mean, I'm a bit of a mobile gaming degenerate anyway, so I find it somewhat comforting. But yeah, I get why it would certainly turn people off. Levels more hallways and buildings are also kind of terrifying. Not sure how much of that is sturdy monsters. Sturdy monsters are the problem. Like, if there are monsters that don't go down after just a second or two of focused effort, then they are a significant threat. They are now a mobile, bloodthirsty roadblock. Wood starts throwing swarming small bats to deposition you to large. No, that's another thing. I think the most dangerous thing in Vampire Survivors is not any one particular enemy, but it's when they get so dense that they start getting pushed around. Because then a really slow, really difficult to kill enemy can just get shoved right in your face and you will die like that. And I'm pretty sure that's what killed me. I'm pretty sure that's what kills me most of the time in the woods. Some of the DLC maps doesn't rebuff demon ass Red, oh yeah, the red respawning guys in the tower are scary too. Yeah, I didn't realize what was going on there. I didn't realize they were blood skeletons. Like, you know, I should just assume everything I see in Vampire Survivors works exactly the same way as it does in Castlevania, because obviously. But yeah, I didn't immediately realize right away that the red skeletons were reforming, and I walked through a cloud of them once and almost died when they reformed right on top of my ass. Good evening, Fury Fighter. Yay, Masochism Night! we should get on with Masochism Night too, because I have an agenda. I have a certain amount of progress that I want to make tonight. So I'm going to remind y'all of the schedule, and then we will get right to it. Tonight, of course, is Curator Connectageddon. I'm not gonna claim this is like easy or cozy what we're doing tonight, but it requires like the least amount of planning because I basically just load up this list and we play through it. So it's a lazy kind of night, chat. It's been a week. I am tired. I have been through a lot, and I'm ready to just turn my brain off and see what is filtered in through the steam pipes. So that's tonight. Tomorrow night is the Power Hours. We're going back to March of 1995. We're already a goodly way into the magazine right now. We've already checked out a lot of stuff, so but there's more to it, certainly. There'll be no stream on Sunday because I do not stream on Sundays. You know that. I don't have to remind you ever. In fact, one of these days, I'm just going to stop saying it because I don't have to remind you. I am so very confident in that position. Monday, though, we're back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Y'all love Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, I gotta say. You have kept that game alive for 3-4 weeks now. And we got more of it on tap on Monday, but it is and always will be a democratic playthrough. We are seriously, literally playing Wrath of the Righteous until you all vote to stop. If you don't vote to stop, we're not stopping. That is my pledge to you, chat. And I can say that with confidence because straight up, I'm a little give you a little peek behind the scenes on this. Viewership for Wrath of the Righteous has been like top tier. It has retained viewers better than almost anything else I have streamed on this channel. Quite remarkable in its own right. It is retaining viewers now better than Final Fantasy VI did, and Final Fantasy VI was like half as long. So, just so you know, don't let that influence your vote. Certainly, if you've had enough, if you're ready to move on, by all means, vote the way you want. But I'm just letting you know, people love watching this shit. I've seen him stream on Sunday with my own eyeballs. Liar! Liar! Anathema! Heretic! Mostly just land in the dream of Dresden. I always respect the level of effort you put into your streams. Thank you very much. No stopping ever as long as chat keeps voting. What happens to you? Well, if we finish the game, I mean. That's the only way we stop if people keep voting to continue it. Not you had a fucked up days off and your ass was like, oh no offense taken. Remember, chat, I am here to just hang out and have a good time with y'all. Y'all have no obligation to show up. You don't need to apologize if you miss a bunch of days. You could disappear for literal years and show up one day in chat, act like nothing would happen, and I would do the same. Like, we are just here to hang out and have a good time. No expectations. I certainly don't want you expecting anything from me, because, I mean, what do I have to offer? Good evening, Largo Spiso. Good to see you tonight. Digging the archives that I've been missing. It's been good. It's been really, really good. Endive alert! Heard a oh my god. Wow, Endive. What if that's all that Endive ever posts from now on? That would get a little spooky after a while, I guess. Bigger than Outer Wilds. So the thing about Outer Wilds, the viewership for Outer Wilds was really good, but also wasn't a terribly long game. Let me, hang on. Let me take a little peek-see, actually. Now that you've mentioned it, now that you want to talk about the Inside Baseball. Let's see, when did I do that? God. Jesus Christ, I have so many. I have years of stats and records now, chat. It's kind of crazy. Actually, was Outer Wilds? Surely not. So was Outer Wilds before I started keeping. You know what? I think Outer Wilds might have actually been before I started keeping records. Yeah, it was. I have the stats for Outer Wilds Echoes of the Eye, but I don't have them. So it was. I started keeping records from October of 2021. So I think we must have played it in 2020. And if that's the case, then I can tell you with a great deal of confidence, viewership for Outer Wilds was nothing like Wrath of the Righteous. Because my channel's viewership may be modest, but it has grown steadily over time. Pretty much everything I stream now has a higher viewership than stuff I streamed, 5 years ago. So yeah. Okay, disappears for 6 years. Here, I thought watching yourself was some job of sorts. I believe you could disappear comments directed at me. We're not getting paid. Not gonna lie, really drunk right now. Really glad I saw this wrong. You should be proud of that one. That one is genuinely a keeper, Endy. Also, Endy, here's to you, buddy. Cheers. Glad we've got someone so very committed to the bit here. Another server for Salt, small streamer that asked if everyone but you wanted them to swap games. Oh, damn, that's pretty shitty. Wow. I can't imagine doing something like that. Much really like to give honest crap about being bad at games. I actually really respect his ability to play such a wide range of games with far more skill than I can muster. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. It's not so often that I get that kind of acknowledgement. I'll have to appreciate that, I guess. Doing a skill, I won 2 prizes and 2 different UFO catchers last week. Each one only required 1 coin. Damn, that's impressive, Eva. Congratulations. Don't want to spend many hours on stream watching. I don't tune into long plays generally. I'm not going to vote them down or like one-offs or write it. I get it. Yeah, I get it. I think... I know I've talked about this before. In another universe, there's definitely a version of this channel that went all in on like indie variety stuff and doesn't do long plays at all. Like every single night is basically a variety night. I think I could have done that, and I think there's a chance that the channel might have grown more if I had done that. If I had focused more or less entirely on just showing off interesting indie games. But where I am now and based on what I've done, I don't think I would have enjoyed that as much. I'm really happy with the spread of stuff that I do right now. I'm really happy working my way through certain long games. I'm really happy setting aside Fridays to do whatever. I'm really happy with the variety we get through the power hours, so. That's why I haven't really done any major, like schedule or format shakeups in a couple years now. I mean, theming, yeah. Like, I know I've kind of floated around from, like, weird old games back to indie stuff, and now we're kind of leaning harder into RPGs than ever before, but the actual format of the channel, 3 nights for long plays, 2 nights for power hours, 1 night for variety. I really like that. I really think I hit kind of a perfect balance for me, and I hope other people are enjoying it as well. Doraemon plush and a Kuromi plush. That is nice, yeah. That's really cool. Good evening, Manic. Good to see you. Good to have a variety of different kinds of plays for everyone's taste. Oh, thank you. Thank you. We like variety. We like a good look into a game, too. Exactly, yeah. I know, yeah. I know that the channel kind of caters to both types, and I think it works out. One format change replaces all the VTuber brick on a road. We've entered the Epic Center era for the GPG channel. We have actually. And I'm pretty happy with it, honestly. I have, again, not to influence the vote in any, well, it shouldn't influence the vote because it's not going to surprise you terribly to know. I have been thinking a lot about what comes after the inevitable end of Wrath of the Righteous. And I mean, there's a handful of RPGs that we are going to get to in the near future. I'm not actually planning on swinging away from RPGs anytime soon. You know, we did Final Fantasy VI, we're doing Wrath of the Righteous right now. I'm not tired of JRPGs or CRPGs at this point. I will probably alternate between the two. I think if I was gonna say anything about the future and the format, I think that's probably how I'm going to handle it. I think there's enough variety between them that I can alternate between JRPGs and CRPGs and just kind of stay on RPGs for quite some time. Not forever. Not forever. There are non-RPG long plays that I definitely want to do, but right now, I'm loving it. I'm here for it. Josh doesn't ask pull the next RPG is Monster Hunter Stories. Play Ancient Roman if you want to be tired of JRPGs. Imagine if you go straight into Kingmaker while flipping off chat and riding a skateboard. What if y'all never voted down Wrath of the Righteous and we played through the whole thing, the whole main quest, all the DLC, everything, and right up until the final night, y'all did not vote it down. And so the night after we finish it, I just start Kingmaker. I mean, that's basically the message I'd be getting, right? Is Hyrule Warriors an RPG? No. I'm not as liberal with the definition of RPGs as, say, Nintendo Power. It can be really hit or miss with RPGs. It's hard to pinpoint which ones I might not like, though. I'm in an interesting place right now where I honestly, like, in the grand scheme of things, I haven't actually played that many RPGs. I was big into Final Fantasy and Fallout when I was younger. I played a smattering of other big ones, like, you know, Skies of Arcadia on the Dreamcast, Pillars of Eternity on PC. But in general, I don't have the kind of RPG background that a lot of, like, RPG streamers would have. So I think part of what's really enjoyable about this right now is a lot of this is very fresh to me. I didn't know shit about Wrath of the Righteous before we started it, and it's been really interesting to learn about, to pick apart, to take the good and the bad, because it's, of course, far from a perfect game, but a very, very enjoyable one to learn about. And then immediately vote out Kingmaker. That's extremely evil. I'd say play Ronde on the Sega Saturn. Hoping our next RPG is another niche cult title. I will, okay. Not to get y'all too excited or too curious or anything. I know what the next two RPGs are. Like, after we're done with Wrath of the Righteous, we are gonna play a JRPG, and I know what that is. And after we're done with that, we're gonna play another CRPG, and I know what that one is. You know what? This is your fault, chat. This is your fault. I wouldn't tease you all with these things if your guesses weren't so fucking funny. If they weren't so hilarious. It really encourages me to kind of tease you out with these things just so I get these. Like, Persona 5! Parasite Eve. Actually, wait, Ms. Roy, were you not around when we did Parasite Eve? I did a full playthrough of Parasite Eve for Spooktober one year, right? You need to switch to Passion You for Neverwinter Nights Penultimate? You do, yeah. I think you're gonna have an easier time with that than Maze. Maze was kind of out of nowhere. Oh shit, he's gonna do Infinite Undiscovery. Goblin Cthulhu saves the world 100%. You know, funny you mentioned that, Ballerwork. I actually don't like those games very much. I've played through Breath of Death and Cthulhu Saves the World, and in retrospect, like, they were kind of a slog for me. Not reading my guest chat? I wonder why. Atelier Aisha? I mean, it could be. All of these, it could be. Well, not Persona. All of these are possibilities except Persona. That's right, chat. You've got a higher chance of the Werewolf Apocalypse visual novel than Persona. Charles Barkley, shut up and jam Gaiden. Well, shit. Now I have to pick something else. You cracked the code. Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger is absolutely inevitability. Chrono Trigger is just as much of an inevitability as Final Fantasy VI was. And no, you didn't spell that wrong. Oh, you spelled inevitably wrong. But yeah. Bully chat by playing Persona, but it's Persona 2. We're gonna do Lost Odyssey, and Odyssey is gonna read us the memories as a bedtime story every night. Bully yourself. Bully yourself by playing Persona, but it's Persona 1. He's gonna have a coffee break JRPG by playing Kingdom Hearts. I can say with almost complete certainty that we will never stream Kingdom Hearts. I feel very, very confident in that. Don't expect to ever see Kingdom Hearts on this channel. There's so much other Square Enix bullshit we could do before Kingdom Hearts, man. We could do so much better. No offense to the Kingdom Hearts fans out there. It is not for me. And I've tried, okay? I own Kingdom Hearts 1. I have some stupid number of hours in it. And I just soured more and more on that game the further I got into it. Totally with you there. Breath of Death and Cthulhu are fun, but drag the joke out far too. They did, yeah. The humor got a little tiresome, and the dungeon design didn't really lend itself to a lot of interest, frankly. Shadows and I would sit here voting at Persona 1 or 2 every night, every single night where everyone else is destroying. We will stream Eternal Sonata before we stream Kingdom Hearts. It's entirely possible, yes. Entirely possible. You have to love both bullshit and Disney very deeply. You do, yes, and I am happy. I am overjoyed for the people who do. I'm not one of them. I am a Kingdom Hearts fan. I do not think anyone should ever stream it. What's up, Amerikansky? I've heard that Kingdom Hearts lore goes places. I'm tempted to say, and this is an outsider looking in. I'm tempted to say that Kingdom Hearts may have the most both deep and convoluted lore of like any RPG ever. Like, it is gobsmacking what they did with that series. Also paying to stream because the theme songs are very copyright heavy. Oh, I didn't know that. That's actually good to know. So I have a systemic reason not to do it either. Next RPG is Final Fantasy 13. God, you'd have to put a gun to my head for that one. We would not enjoy Final Fantasy 13. That would straight up be a hate stream. There are Final Fantasies that I am more than willing to go back to give an honest try to. Final Fantasy VIII chief among them. I did not enjoy Final Fantasy VIII when I originally played it, but I would be 100% on board with going back and trying it again, like I did with Final Fantasy IX. Not 13. I know I hate 13. I know I'm never going to like 13. That one can just, we can leave that one where it lies. Did the Game Boy Metal Gear get into Nintendo Power? Do you remember what year it was? Because I don't actually remember. Played Penultimate Rerolled. Highly recommend both. Let me grab this while we're talking about this. I know this has come up before. Resonance of Fate is up there, but it's a single game. Kingdom Hearts just goes goo-goo bananas for 5 games. Well, I mean, that's not even counting all the like birth by sleep, dream drop distance, fractions divided by 0 and shit, right? Be down for Final Fantasy 12? We might do 12 at some point, because I've never played 12 like at all. Kingdom Hearts just went off a cliff when side games on multiple platforms with insane naming schemes were major canon. Mobile app still hot garbage. Final Fantasy 12, yes. I know fans of Final Fantasy 12 are big fans of 12. I know 12 has a very strong following. My friends coming up, my friends were not fans of 12, so I've never been particularly pushed towards it. But you have your ways, chat. Perhaps I could be persuaded. It would not, I will say this, it would not be my first choice. We have streamed Final Fantasy 1, 5, 6, and 9 on this channel. There are definitely other Final Fantasies that I would pick to stream before 12, if we're being honest here. We're missing some of my favorites, and we're missing some that weren't favorites, but I am interested in giving a second try to. Not Final Fantasy 2, fuck that game. Original Final Fantasy 2, not what we know now as Final Fantasy 4. What we know now as Final Fantasy 4 is my third favorite Final Fantasy. So, don't you worry none, chat. Back when I was hanging around Giant Bomb, people would try to explain Kingdom Hearts lore. It was like they were suddenly possessed by Satan. Talking in tongues and spouting total gibberish. You still want to play Lightning Return? See, that's the other thing about Final Fantasy 13. I've heard that its subsequent games are better. Like, Final Fantasy 13 may be bad, but I've heard 13-2 is better, and then Lightning Returns is genuinely good. But my brain is still weird enough that I don't know that I could bring myself to play the third game in an ostensible trilogy like that. I don't think I would let myself. Final Fantasy 12 is my favorite Final Fantasy. I've played 4 times and never come close to finishing. Wow. What's up, Ponzikar? Remember people complaining about the Gambit system, but you liked it? Programming away the boring parts of the fight. What's up, QT Goat? Good to see you tonight. Resonance has an opening scene of the protagonist falling a distance of like a mile or more. They're just fine in the next cutscene. This is never even addressed as something relevant. Oh god, I need another drink, chat. We're doing good tonight. I've had Resonance of Fate on my wish list for years at this point. I really do want to pick it up at some point. That's the game with the insane weapon modding system, right? I think that's specifically why I put it on my wish list. Oh, I've had a lot of rum tonight. Oh, I feel good. What's up, $10? Masuno makes all my favorite games start every few years and never finish. Final Fantasy 13's plot is just weird and doesn't explain the battle well. The other two seem to be pretty fun. Okay. Have you ever watched Brian David Gilbert's explanation of all the Kingdom Hearts lore? I have not, no. Wait, you like Dirge of Cerberus? A million years ago, I watched a playthrough of Dirge of Cerberus. Back when I was still really into watching YouTube Let's Plays. I have actually seen all of Dirge of Cerberus. And oh my god, the idea that anybody enjoyed that game is alien to me. Insane weapon modding and stylish ass fighting animations. Really hard, huh? Okay. It's got a very unique combat system. It gets a bit tedious once you figure out the basic strategies. That tends to happen in RPGs. Weapon modding just reminds me of Mother Gunship. Mother Gunship has amazing weapon modding. I love it to bits. So yeah. Anyway, chat. All this is to say, I do know what our next RPG. I actually have a pretty clear plan for the foreseeable future. I am looking ahead in the short term. I'm looking ahead in the long term. Really, something we haven't talked about yet, but is going to be here before we know it, is May the 4th. And y'all know I always do something Star Wars-y for May the 4th. I'm good the rest of the year. I put aside my Star Wars obsession. I don't subject you to all kinds of Star Wars games, but May the 4th is when I cut loose. And I know what we're doing this year. It's gonna be a bit bigger a deal this year than it has been in previous years. But we are doing something for that. So I've been concocting plans in my own time. Like contingency plans, really. Depending on how long Wrath of the Righteous lasts. The rest of the year we're subject to Trek nerdery. Is there a cooldown on the water ritual? There is, yes. I have a cooldown on it so I don't drown. In fact, I'm pretty sure the description for it says that. Got Dirge on release, was younger and less cynical, so I liked it then. It is quite soon, isn't it? Star Wars visual novel. Surely there can't be too many Star Wars games. You'd be shocked. Isn't May the 4th a Sunday? Shh. Shh. Don't worry about that. We don't need to focus on that. KOTOR 1 marathon stream. I find it very unlikely that we'll ever stream KOTOR. A couple months ago, I actually reinstalled KOTOR and started playing through it again and dropped it after a single night. For me at least, I do not think that game has aged well. I'm really not interested in playing it anymore. I think I never actually finished KOTOR when I played it in my youth. Even as a hopeless Star Wars nerd, I didn't have the wherewithal to stick with KOTOR all the way to the end, and now as a more discerning adult, I don't think I'm really interested in it at all, frankly. Your audience will put up a wallpaper of Star Wars Outlaws and then talk to chat for 92 hours about Andor. God damn, $10. You read me like a book. Seems like a healthy Wars Trek balance. I'm glad you agree. I'm glad it works. Can't blame anyone for not wanting to engage with the D20 system Star Wars game. Yeah, it wasn't doing itself any favors with that. KOTOR's Neverwinter Space Knights. Yeah. I mean, if we did stream KOTOR, it would be an extremely critical stream. It would be me picking apart everything wrong with it. LucasArts Outlaws game on May the 4th. I have had that fucking Outlaws game like on my short lists for years now. I really do want to stream it. I never bought it. I think I own it right now. I think I own it on Steam. But I had the demo as a kid and I really liked it and I just never bothered to pick it up. Except for Cartho Nasi is your best boy, as if. As if. I liked Jolie and I liked Canderous. And I liked HK. Those were my people. Despite that, I played as an absolute goody two-shoes when I played through KOTOR. The problem, like, KOTOR is one of those games that really exemplifies the issue with evil playthroughs. Like, yeah, I want to be a Sith badass. I want to be like evil space wizard. But man, like, you're just a dick. It's not interesting evil. You're just an asshole for the sake of being an asshole in that one. It's really disappointing. Liking the Hobo Jedi does suit you. Yeah, thematically consistent, right? Worked well until we, oh, had my fun with it. Me and friend played a smuggler duo as Trandoshan was planning to deal with Jedi with some with their lightsaber. Worked well until we faced our first Sith, and we went from the heights of, yeah, we busted your saber to fucking forgot they have lightning. Oh my god. Alright. Anyway, chat. Remember an hour ago when I was like, we're not gonna chat too long tonight because I have an agenda? Well, I fucked that up, didn't I? I fucked that up. Real bad. No regrets though. I have enough drink in me that I don't regret it. But we still have a mission tonight. We still have something to do. I ran out of drink, man. No regrets. Let me do something, actually. I'm feeling saucy. I'm feeling out of sorts tonight. I'm gonna make myself another drink so that y'all can enjoy this particular opportunity. Because tomorrow's Saturday, I don't really have anything to do. So I'm gonna get another drink. We're gonna come back and then we are going to play these games. Seriously. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Name me a... Oh. Your beer foamed out and over. Oh, no. Tragic. What's up, Dominic? You haven't missed anything. It's fine. Vodka cranberry. I think I owe Helvey credit for that one. I don't think it ever would have occurred to me to just pour a bunch of vodka into cranberry blend, but there you go. Thank you, Helvey. You have made tonight possible. I was worried actually while I was getting that drink that I was gonna run out of music because didn't I pick a soundtrack that's only like 30 or 40 minutes long? And I was like, no, wait, that can't be right, because I've been talking for longer than that. And then I remembered that I picked a different one. You drink it out of a jug with 3X. Oh, God, no, that's brilliant. I should do that. I should get one of those, like, cartoon liquor jugs. That'd be perfect for these streams. This is another double, by the way, so... The odds of me walking away from this stream conscious are just dropping off a cliff. Alright. Anyway, chat. Video game. Look! There's video games. So here's what I wanted to do an hour ago, and didn't. Making good decisions. Like, look, I'm allowed, okay? I got through a very busy week of adulting. I accomplished many things. Many adult responsibilities were handled this week. I think I'm allowed a night of indulgence. You're all allowed. Alright, so here's the deal. Here's what's happened. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute since we last did a Curator Connectageddon. And actually, since then, if you've been looking at the dates on when these were added in my library, I actually have gotten 9 new games since we last did this back in February. My intent for tonight was to clear through those 9 games and then a few more to continue working through the backlog. Seems like it may not be likely tonight. Seems like it's asking a lot, but we can get as close as we can. The way that I read your house is your ho-you. Yeah, this is some unfortunate formatting, frankly. Clear a lot if they suck. I mean, I can tell you one that will probably go through real fast. So, let's get to it, chat. By all means, don't get me wrong. If y'all want to chat about specific topics, if you want to lob some more insane RPG guesses at me, or talk more about the future of the channel, whatever, you're welcome to it. But we are going to embark upon this journey. The goal for tonight, we're gonna see if we can get through Harold Rabbit, Finder of Lost Things, which looks like a nice cutesy point-and-click adventure. Raimodula is a randomized platformer, I believe. Clicker Mining Simulator is basically all you need to know about that one. Super Shot is a platformer. Trolls vs. Vikings Reborn is some kind of strategy thing. Looks a little Plants vs. Zombies-ish. Lantern of Worlds Layla's Quest looks like a very indie RPG. Your Ho Use is maybe a murder mystery? Ethereal Fracture RPG perhaps, and then Deadly Footprints is a top-down horror suspense thing-ish, maybe, I guess? I don't know. Alright, music stop. It's happening, chat. It's happening. We're playing video games. Let's start us off with some Harold Rabbit, Finder of Lost Things. Got this one today. I was still kind of debating today, what should we do? And then this landed in my inbox, and I was like, all right, man, we're doing the Curator Connectageddon. When are you gonna do a full Mother 3 run? I'm not gonna do Mother 3 until I do Earthbound. And there is a non-zero chance that I will be so stubborn that I will refuse to do Mother 3 until I do Earthbound and Mother 1, because I actually like Mother 1. I'm actually pretty interested in that game. I don't think y'all are so interested in seeing that, but I'm interested in playing it, so we'll have that debate another night, I think. Tap out, time to get some disease. Thanks for coming, Bulwark. Thanks for hanging out while I rambled drunkenly for the first hour. Doing clickers, I always get a lot of fun out of Loot Box Quest, which is a clicker made by the guy who made DLC Quest. Appropriate. Alright, here we go. New game. This was described to me as an all-ages point-and-click adventure. So this is not like a stealth horror game or anything. I think this is meant to be like genuinely charming, and also things are happening and I'm not reading the text. Wouldn't mind seeing it. Would love to use more Breath of Fire though. I was honestly hoping that chat was more into Breath of Fire than they were. Breath of Fire and Robotrek. I actually wanted just to full play through both of those, but it seemed like the greater community just wasn't so interested. You want to see 3 and 4? Yeah, that is the impression. Well, that's not the impression I got. People straight up fucking said that. Like, we're not asking for Breath of Fire 1 because we want 3. No, fair enough. Mother has fucked up encounter rates and the misfortune of not being Earthbound. Check Discord. Oh God, what have you done? What have you done? I'll check Discord after this game. I don't want to take any more attention away from the finder of things than I already have. Trombone hero-ass going on here. Frankly, I don't think we really missed anything. I think Harold, and I think this is Maud we're talking to. What do you think of Bofa? Bofa what? As a cursor, like it's gonna wait and then it just advances. That's what I thought too. That kind of surprised me. These nuts! Would have been fine with 1 and 2 also, but I get there was slower, yeah. I want to see 5, a statement I can only make because the Breath of Fire fans don't know where I live. He said the thing. Welcome to the game. In the right corner, you can see a book and a cogwheel. Click the cogwheel to go to the game options. Click on the book to see your items. I'm gonna drink until I can't see items no more. Game too loud? I'll turn it down. And thank you for letting me know. Okay. Yeah, it's the save and load menu, whatever. Cool, thanks. I know how these things work. Oh Christ. Do we seriously not have... Wow. This is like a modern game designed in the style of like an old school Sierra game. Hang on. Let me turn this shit down outside the game. There we go. Never played Breath of Fire. I think in terms of actual JRPGs, the only one I owned was Lufia 2, and Lufia 2 is awesome. Love to see more Lufia. Game is trying to be wholesome and I am not here for it. Alright. It's my sign. It's there for everyone to see so they can ask for my help to find things that are missing. It's my little trumpet. Oh God. Oh God, you can't... Wait, you can't click on things again. You get one chance. You get one chance to read item descriptions, chat. It's Maud's house. She used to live in Old Log, but then I made this house for her. It's much nicer than Old Log, I think. Why? It's Maud's chair. She likes to sit in it and keep watch over the garden and see if the flowers are doing well. We'll never know what he said about his little trumpet, chat. Just like real life, once you looked at something, you never see it again. That is a lot of worms. My compost heap has grown quite a bit. Family worm has made their home recently. I'm glad they did. They're really nice neighbors. Oh, this you can click on. Wait, I clicked on the. I could click on that exactly twice. This is gonna sound insane. I thought this was an ass crack at first. Next thing Harold will find is object permanence. What in the Christ is happening? Oh, good, it wasn't just me, okay.
Hello, Mr. Rabbit. I felt you coming a mile away, you know, stomping as you do. Very good at that, you see, feeling the earth. Because I am a worm guard, the best. I don't mind talking to you a bit. I want to see if birds in the earth feel safe too.
Simon Worm's compost leave.
I'm guarding, Mr. Rabbit. The moment there's not much to guard from, and maybe later a mole will come, or a large bird, then I can save everyone by warning them.
Worms.
We are really busy building our home, Mr. Rabbit. I would show you, but I don't think you'd fit through our tunnels. It's really nice, I know, because I have lived in several compost heaps, but this one's really good.
So, to quote Jurassic Park, that is one big pile of shit. I was a German white asparagus thing, if nothing worse. It's my shovel. It's... Oh, no! Got my shovel. Found your first item. Click on your book to see it. Do things, stuff, and whatnot. That's Lily in my old basket to collect flowers and mushrooms. I left it here one time, and the next morning Lily had made this beautiful web. So I decided she could have it. Good morning, Mr. Rabbit. Such a beautiful day, isn't it? When I woke up, there were dewdrops sparkling over my web. She's like the Patches of this game. Spider with a human face. You have dewdrops in your web too, Mr. Rabbit? Oh, but you live in a house, don't you? I always forget. Hello, Lily. Feel really good, Mr. Rabbit. So nice being outside, waking up with the sunlight, the birds, and the dewdrops sparkling on my web. If I can get Roger to come outside too, though. I don't understand why he doesn't like it at all. I worked really hard on it. Thanks for putting the basket here. Would like to see your house sometime. I bet it's really beautiful and stuff and things. Okay, cool. What was that? I think a bunch of drunk middle-aged what? I just saw. I'll have you know I'm a lady and I'm tipsy, not drunk. It's Henry's Molehill. I hope you hear my trumpet too and will come out to enjoy the morning, but something. God, I keep clicking through this stuff. Seesaw the little badgers. They're usually playing around here somewhere and they always want me to play with them. It's the house of Margaret the Fox. She's always up early too to bake her cakes and pastries. She really likes to do that. It's the door to the badger's home. The little badgers have invited me several times, but I've been too busy with solving cases. It's the Great Lake. Maud really likes it there. I'd often go too. Sit with my feet in the water and stuff and things and happenings. To live a simple life like the woodland critters. Here. What am I supposed to be doing? Why am I here? What's going on? I probably should have paid a little more attention to all the dialogue happening at the beginning of the game. Hey, it looks like someone scribbled something on this paper. I should investigate right away. I've got a note. Hey, it's from Maud. I know what this is. Maud has probably hidden something from me again. She does that a lot. What an asshole. Keep me sharp as a detective, and then I have to go and look. It has a riddle, too. Let's see. Hi, Harold. I've hidden your favorite pen. It's up to you to find it. Here's a nice riddle for you to solve. First clue is close by. What makes your body sit but your thoughts fly? A paper door to tales untold, to cloudy realms where worlds unfold. But only you can see and hear. It is near, it is near. What could it all mean? I don't know, man. It's my notebook. Painting a Maud and me. Henry the Mole painted it. He's a really good painter. It's obviously a but. Taxes, the answer is taxes. The answer is always taxes. My magnifying glass, great for finding things. Yoink. Aha. My clock. So apparently, at some point, we'll be able to investigate these books, but not now. My inkwell set. Maud has hidden my pen, and I must find it. Okay. A new book about Detective Flynn. He's the best rabbit detective in the world. It's exciting and stuff. My little train! I made it together with Father Badger and Henry me painted it. It's really nice. Oh, you think we use the glass? Hey, there's a little blue string stuck between the books. That wasn't there before, I'm sure of it. Wow, that's... I've got a raging clue. A second note, let's see. A second clue is somewhere deep near a cozy harbor of dreams and sleep. But instead of a ship, you can take a train. Round and back again. Near the wheel to steer you through, there you'll find the second clue. A ship, a train? What has Maud thought of now? See, yeah, it does seem difficult for a kid. That was very pixel hunty. But I mean, you can also just hit spacebar and the game basically shows you what to use the magnifying lens on. So.
I've got another clue.
Oh, shit. Also, who puts a giant portrait of themselves over their own bed? Also, it's apparently a Murphy bed. Why need to use the lens once you have? You should just have those hotspots enabled. A little more and you're through. No more poetry for you. Little hill and earthen mound with nothing to see, less to be found, where deep within a secret lies an earthen cradle of warmth and life. There I've hidden slender sleek between the little and the meek, the object that you seek.
What could it all mean?
Henry's best paintings. That's a painting? That's fucked up. Roger the Spider. He looks grumpy. Well, fuck that guy.
Look out, Oddish! A poisonous clue.
Nice friend sticking in a pile of shit.
Hi there, Harold. You're right, it's a very nice morning. Watching my flowers. Found my little notes. Quite difficult this time. Sure you'll figure it out. Fuck you, Maud.
What if I need that pen, man? So, did you stick it in the compost heap? Is that a thing that you did? Hidden item? Oh, you figured it out! How good of you, Mr. Rabbit. Some of the other worms will be a bit sorry, though. They really like that pen. Wait here. I'll be right back. Here you go, Mr. Rabbit, your pen. Maud said to really be careful with it. It hasn't got any dirt on it. Thanks, Simon. It's my favorite pen. Hey, Rabbit. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Okay. I got my pen. Alright. Alright, I think we've got the scope of this one, chat. By the way, I'd like to point out we're currently at 9 of 31 score, so this is clearly not a big game, but I mean it's a perfectly charming point and click adventure. There's nothing wrong with it. There we go. Are it's 100% wholesome? No, it's definitely 100% wholesome. You can check the store page for that if you're curious. But yeah, that was Harold Rabbit, Finder of Lost Things, a point and click adventure for the young at heart. So yeah. All right, next up is Raimodula. Raimodula, and since it's a platformer, I may need my controller for this, so let's get that going. Very cute. Guess it'd be nice to play together. Yeah, seems like the kind of thing you'd want to like play with your kids. It seems like it might be a good introduction to point-and-click adventures if you wanted to get a younger person into them. There we go. Very confused on the background. Jesus, that's loud. Press what's confirmed? That's confirmed. Sorry, hang on. Wow, that falls off real fast. Pull it off. Pull it down a little bit, and then let me pump this back to where it was. What's up, Deep Thought? How's the game going? More AI garbage? We only just finished the first game. I spent the entire first hour chatting. The audience is now deaf. I always love the social media button. I believe it means socials. Use the left stick or the D-pad. Okay. I found the jump button too. Hold to activate your thrusters. Okay. I can do some thirsting. Drop through platforms. I can do that. Collect the green data shards to increase the area score. Avoid the red ones. Okay. Fire primary. Hold button. When not firing, charges a powerful shield breaking shot. Shield enemies glow blue. Timing continues to be good. Sub-weapon, up and fire primary. Sub-weapon B, hold right shoulder. Okay, so it's kind of a bomb sort of thing. Lock direction while moving, hold left shoulder button. This can be switched to a button press. Okay. Okay. Cool, I guess. Trigger blade, and deflect bullets. Press twice to activate satellite mode. Okay. Okay, so your melee attack can repel bullets. That's cool. Is that it? Are we tutorialized? RD Astra is a more dynamic gameplay recommended for experienced players. Oh, different character, huh? Okay, whatever, man. You can jump 3 times consecutively. The projected energy hurts enemies. Oh, I see. That's kind of neat. Multi-jump to do damage. Super jump. Down, up. Useful move to avoid bullets. Wow, cool. Mace cannon. Okay. Mace thrust can be done consecutively. Quite a bit consecutively. You can also destroy bullets, use it to advance towards enemies. Okay. Wow, okay. Alright, sure. There absorbs bullets and his enemies in range. Okay. Each stage divided into areas. Each area has individual scores. First remember by stars. You get to hit the other stars. Okay. I don't care. Clear an area before you will see underlines representing that score. Cool. Higher the difficulty, the more stars I use. Fine, it's fine. I don't care. I don't care about the score. Doesn't matter to me. Chapter weapon customization can be unlocked by clearing areas. Purple data are hidden and will let you customize speed, armor, and ammo and storage. Run the higher difficulty, more enemy customization. Okay. What's this game called? Hopefully they kick us back into the menu. Raimodula. This game is called Raimodula. I'm gonna go on a limb here and say it's Brazilian. It is a Brazilian-made game. Phantom or Asp. We'll do Phantom. Weapon. So I believe one thing about this game is that its levels are randomly generated. Like, aesthetically, it's pretty... It's got a strong look to it. It has a very strong style. The games are not solely aesthetic. Ow. Oh no, I lost a star. I got hit. I think this is a boss. Rather interesting boss. Okay. Roborar Digital is a Brazilian developer. Okay. Stage A clear. 19 of 140 stars. Got the mega rifle. And we're still going, I guess. I will say the aesthetic, Like, the style of it makes it feel like it's supposed to be more intense than it actually is, if that makes sense. Like, it's pretty loud and in your face, but like the actual action seems like some pretty conventional platforming. Like, I think this probably would have benefited a lot from having like some interesting movement mechanics, like a dash or a teleport or something. Because, I mean, just being honest here, I don't feel like the action on the screen really lives up to the audio and visuals. Maybe that's an unlock. Could be. I guess what I'm saying is this sounds like a fast-paced game, but it doesn't play like a fast-paced game. Makes me want to play Cyber Shadow. Whoa. Wait, what am I supposed to be doing here? Oh, I'm supposed to be fighting this thing. This is the boss. Not a very exciting one. The concept was a bit interesting, but the actual execution was not. Okay. All right. I think we get this. I think we get what's going on here. This has been Raimodula. Not at all a bad game. Not at all a bad game. Pretty interesting platformer in terms of presentation. I just don't feel like the gameplay itself lives up to that particular aesthetic. Has a very Batman Beyond Grunge feel to it, visually and soundtrack wise. Not really not really fast paced enough. Okay. Oh boy. I have been looking forward to this, chat. I got a good feeling about this. Let's start. What? What do you want me to do? What are we doing? Okay, if you make a clicker game, you gotta actually give me something to click on. You know that, right? What? So I had to hit reset to actually make something happen. Oh, this is what you click. You click this, and then you sell it, and you get money. Maybe a bitch to just put bit mining actually on your system. Commitment to the bit, I suppose. I'm not sure why I'm doing any of this. You click on this. Okay. I want to do this one. What happens if I hit reset again? Reset just sets you back to... Wow, this super sucks. This mega fucking sucks. Like, you have one thing that you can click on. And you get some coins, and then you hit sell. So what happens here? Let me get out of the way, because you don't need to see these, because we're never going to get one. Okay. So these are the different miners, I guess, for these different kinds of coins. And if I click on this number goes up here. So now we have 10 coin intranet. And then we sell, and each of those is worth 79. So you get this much money. And then I don't know what you do from there. So hang on one sec, chat. Never mind, sorry, false alarm. My wife is just stealing stuff out of my wallet. Back to what we were doing. Couldn't even tell you're clicking because for some reason the pickaxe button had... Yeah, no, huge deal. Huge deal. This is so important. Clicker games are barely games. And this is like the only time you're gonna catch me saying something like this, because I am not big on gatekeeping. I am not big on decrying games as not games as or whatnot, but I will put this out there. Clicker games are they are like the thinnest form of game that there is. And I don't even necessarily think that's a bad thing. I enjoy clicker games. I have played tons of clicker games in my life, and I've spent more time in them than a lot of more substantial games. But, and this is important, because they are such thin experiences, you have to give people something to latch on to. And that means that the clicking, which is basically all that you're doing, has to be satisfying. There has to be something to it. Can you tell that I am clicking this button? If you weren't looking at that number up there, would you have any idea that I'm clicking this button? This is, without question, the most unsatisfying clicker I have ever played in my life. Compare the Discord clicker game from April 1st? Yeah. Didn't Steam do a clicker game for one of their seasonal sales or something? Back when they actually put effort into their seasonal sales? Yeah, this is horseshit. This is bad. Also, I don't think there's a menu button. There's a sound toggle. You have to hit escape. Yeah, that's trash. That is a trash-ass game. No lie. If Uncle ever made Vampire Clickers game, would be screwed. Not a human on Earth could stand up to the dopamine hits. Yep, bad game, bad idea for clicker. Bad, 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 bad. At least it has more audio options than Hero. I wouldn't even consider that a point in its favor, really. All right, Super Shot is next. This is that's an elephant. I mean, it could be some kind of amazing piece of outsider art. Oh, okay. Hang on, we should, okay. Story? After recovering the Black Diamond, there were years of peace. However, suddenly the diamond turned red. According to the elders, ghosts came back from the darkness. The diamond needed to be cooled. The climate in Dimension Zero is hot. Life is unbearable. Insects that reach crops proliferates. Mac has the magic of power and has been assigned to defeat the ghost. Now it's time to fire. The war will begin. Would Mac have water to put out this fire? I don't know. Nature's healing. We have Flash games again. You have to hit escape to escape the story. How much did this cost? Nothing. I got it through Curator Connect. We'll take a look at the store page after I'm done with it. Yes, I would like to start. $1.99 on Steam. Hell yeah. No! I think now I can shoot things. I see a shotgun up there. Why did that make a cat noise? Ah, secret, I guess. This has the weirdest control scheme. Like, once you start moving left or right, you can't stop. But you also, like, oh god, I'm gonna die. Like, once you start moving, you can't stop, but you also slow down. Like, here. But you also need to keep holding forward to keep moving forward. Because otherwise you slow down very gradually. Oh god, you don't keep momentum with the platforms. Retro game simple, complete, and funny, well projected and easy. Perfect for kids. I take a degree of exception to that. I do not consider this perfect for kids. What if you hate the kids in question? What's going on? Why do they make cat noises when you shoot them? I'm not sure I like that. Also, I'm out of gun. I don't think I can get that coffee. I don't think that coffee is mine to have. No, fuck off. The ice does nothing. I mean, you're kind of just slipping along anyway. Is there a health meter? No. There is nothing. What the fuck? What? What do you fucking want, man? What do you want from me? See me after class. Okay, well that was that. Okay. Nothing to motivate you but coffee, to be fair. That's often true in real life. You don't have a headache playing at 24 stages, press X to doubt. Too easy to get a game on Steam. I mean, did that numb the pain? It helped. It definitely helped. I'm never, like... I will always have a degree of respect for people who get a completed game onto Steam. That's more than I've ever been able to accomplish, frankly. I have ideas. I've thought of games that I wanted to make, and I haven't made any of them. You know, whoever made Super Shot had a vision and executed on it, and I can respect that. It is not fun, and it does not have any of the appeal that the store page purports to have. So I can respect the developer for making a complete game and releasing it, but I can also say that game is garbage. So does what they wanted to do, which is already a bar many don't clear. Yes, exactly. And it's not, as far as I know, AI generated garbage. I'm pretty sure if you had access to AI, you would not have settled for those graphics. So I respect that, you know. Again, they had a vision and they executed on that. So I think we can all give them credit for that, while also acknowledging that it is a really, really bad game. So yeah. Next, Trolls vs. Vikings Reborn. It almost did the Unity splash screen and then popped into this. She is jazzed about something. Why is everything so goddamn loud? Christ almighty! Chill the fuck out. Chat, I am sorry. I don't know what is with this shit. Alright, I am... What a game. I feel the Plants vs. Zombies here. Once upon a time, peaceful troll village, a young girl named Emma lived with her father and brothers. Every day she woke to the sweet smell of rock porridge and the sound of her father singing. But today she's on a secret mission. Her patch of days... This is too... No, zoom out. Way too close. Way too close. Emma always wants a bouquet that really packs a punch. Nice. Carefully picks right daisies. She hears unusual sounds, hushed conversation. It's mysterious stranger in a biking during the forest. Any trolls or hoarders that have more riches you can carry. Gold, you're talking about gold. That's right, breach every defense having to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. This guy is living his best life. Nothing can slow this dude's roll right here. I muted the stream and I can still hear it. Mysterious figure slings away. I'm gonna rush it back to the village just to warn everyone. Okay. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. It's just Plants vs. They're not even pretending. Select a punk? Okay. Okay. Straight up. This frustrates me more than Super Shot does. Yeah, Super Shot is... I mean, it is baby's first, like, attempt at a game, right? But it's their creation. They came up with it. They made it. There is nothing else quite like it. This kills me because very obviously some kind of effort went into this, but they literally just ripped off Plants vs. Zombies. Like, that's all that they did. Not quite Plants vs. Zombies, not trying to sell you power-ups and microtransaction currency every 30 seconds. I mean, I'm sorry, like ripping off a mobile game and taking out the microtransactions is not enough. I'm sorry. You're basically just... I mean, you're basically just trying to dark pattern people in a different way. Instead of tricking them into giving you your money to play more of the game, you're tricking them into giving you their money for a pastiche of the same game. Saddest thing ever that all the sequels turned into microtransactions. Slop. Thanks, EA. How do I get, what do I make? Okay. Maybe a ripoff. I play it anyway, just to not give EA money. I mean, at this point, I have to ask, like, is Plants vs. Zombies really that interesting? Like, it's essentially a boiled down tower defense, right? You're just doing lanes instead of routes, right? Last if Vikings trample my lilies, get me up close, I'll show them what it feels like. The original was very engaging, the first one was good. If you get on your phone, I'd play the hell out of it. I mean, I'm not gonna give you any great grief. I play far less engaging things than that on my phone. Buster heals when resting, okay. Arknights is ruined you for playing other tower defenses. I just don't know what the standard is. Can't say if this is a bad one, it's just literally so slow tutorializing. Look, I've always been all for games taking direct inspiration from others. Like, I have no problem with like when we played Environmental Station Alpha. Environmental Station Alpha is like, it is so obviously inspired by Metroid. Like, right down to some of the tile work in it. But it still does its own thing. It takes the Metroid mechanics and aesthetics, and it still does its own thing. I'm fine with that. I am fine with games taking a very clear inspiration from others, as long as they do their own thing, and this really just doesn't feel like it is. Have the appeal of Plants vs. Zombies as the cute characters in Laura Shikara's song, and this doesn't have that. Who's there? Show yourself. My friend has been keeping an eye on things. Why should you care? Call curiosity. We got work to do. Okay. Alright, let's do one actual level. Keep checking into Hempuli's stream. He's still working on ESA too. I'm behind these attacks. Behind these hairy, stinky Vikings. Okay, it seems there's some kind of plot happening. Whereupon somebody is inspiring the Vikings to attack the trolls. I don't think it's a bad try though. It's so close that any missing polish shows. I really just feel like you need... I feel like you can't cut it this close. I feel like this is too close. I feel like it is distracting how close this is to Plants vs. Zombies. That's my thing. Like, I feel like there's a threshold where you haven't put in the time or the effort to differentiate your game enough, and it becomes distracting. That's when I have a problem with it. You know, ESA, I can be like, oh, this looks like Metroid. That's cool. This game, like, all I can think about is I have seen this before. A couple of these guys? I guess why not, right? How many of the minor dudes can I do? Getting too tired, gonna go. Thanks for streaming though. I think it was kind of bad and weird. Thanks for coming out, Helvey. It's just how these nights go. It's just what we do around here. We gotta reserve at least one night for bad and weird things. Otherwise, we might not appreciate the good stuff we play as much, you know? It's good to center ourselves. It's good to have realistic expectations. What are these guys? Wait, who's that guy? What's he fucking doing? What do you want, mate? Here, go down here and do something. Okay, he basically insta-kills a dude, but he's got like a long cooldown. Oh, we can't have that. But this game originally came out like 2013. It was literally all they stopped making Plants vs. Zombie content. Guess we'll do it ourselves. Like, I'll concede that that's a better motivator. Me personally, I really do feel like you gotta do more than this. Like, maybe I'm just being uncharitable. Maybe I'm in a fell mood tonight, but yeah, I'm sorry, I don't have a lot of respect for games like this. You know, if... It's a very easy thing to just take everything from another game, you know? To take the mechanics, to take the aesthetics. If it, you know, if visually it was more distinctive, if there were more twists to the mechanics. But look, at the same time, I'm not a big Plants vs. Zombies fan, so I don't really have a dog in this race. If you like Plants vs. Zombies, if you hate what EA's done with it, then look, there is a viable alternative to it, and it's on Steam, and it is $6. And it came out 4 days. Taking things have not go well. What's up, Drake now? So let's do a quick recap since we're now into hour 3. We're actually doing pretty good, frankly. We're more than halfway through the games that I wanted to get through tonight. We're about halfway. We're about an hour in. Hate Tower Defense was never for you. Okay. We did Harold Rabbit, Finder of Lost Things. Not a bad game, but a very... It's obviously made for a younger audience. It's baby's first point and click. It's competent. It's fine. Raimodula is a very stylish platformer. Unfortunately, the action doesn't really keep up with the style, so I don't find it to be very interesting. Clicker Mining Simulator is irredeemable garbage. You have one job when you make a clicker, and that's to make the clicking interesting, and they fucked it up. So, no. Straight in the trash. Super Shot is, I mean, somebody taught themselves Game Maker or something and put their first experiment with it up on Steam. I can respect the effort that goes into making a complete game and releasing it, but I don't have to pretend it's good. And then Trolls vs. Vikings Reborn is a perfectly competent Plants vs. Zombies pastiche, but it's too Plants vs. Zombies for me. So that's where we're at. That's what we've accomplished. I would argue we probably accomplished more in the first hour of the stream when we were just talking obliquely about RPGs than when we actually played a bunch of video games. Since AI bullshit on this next one, well, let's find out. Lantern of Worlds, here we go. I want to believe, chat. God damn it, full screen. You absolute fuckers. Lantern of Worlds, Layla's Quest. Can you... Sorry, I really prefer to use game capture if it will. Yeah, apparently you can turn random encounters off. That's cool. Alright, fine, we're doing fucking here. Let me put border around it. Alright, let's do this. Alright, new game me.
You, Layla, Fidai of the 1st rank have been found guilty of treason against the Order. Your mission failed. Your target lives. We know you allowed her to escape, allowed your mercy to come before the Order, and for that, your punishment will be harsh. You are expelled from the Order, your rank stripped, your name erased from the books, and you will be exiled, left on an island in the Great Sea, there to ponder your sins and spend the remainder of your days. The Grand Master has spoken. Your fate has been sealed. So it is written. So it shall be done.
Okay.
Here, in a small, elegant handwriting, some hasty words are scribbled onto the parchment. But you may yet redeem yourself, Layla. Find a way to escape the island. Complete the contract, I beg of you, and I will see to it. You are restored to your rightful place, and all your transgressions forgotten. Samir, Rafiq of the Order.
So we're an assassin, we fucked up, we've been exiled, but we have a chance to redeem ourselves? Slave ship of the Order carries you across the Great Sea and towards a remote island. As the island appears on the horizon, you're brought to the deck, forced into a lifeboat. Lifeboat is quickly lowered unto the surface of the sea. I couldn't read the rest of that. But you know you'll return one day and turn the... I can't. That all went way too fast to read. Sea's been calling me. You've reached the island without much effort. You pulled your boat up to a sandy beach. Your adventure has started. Your adventure has started. You managed to hide a small dagger upon your body. Click the portrait in the lower right of the screen to go to the inventory screen. Equip the dagger. Prepare yourself for the dangers that await. In the upper right corner of the screen, you see a gears icon. Click on to go to the game options. F4 play video. Okay, cool. Great, whatever. Okay. I've heard that sound before. That's got to be from a sound library. What is this? Bedroll, healing potion, coin pouch, double strike. Okay. Upper right hand corner, you can see a streamer unimpressed thus far. Can I have the turtle? No, I can't have the turtle. There's a fucking dude over here. This guy's portrait is something. So this is combat. Play down turns, select an action. First turn is the warm-up turn. The first turn is the warm-up turn and skills cannot be used. Stars will appear on the attack button and king how long your skills are on cooldown. Power focus still reduced. Okay. Two icons will appear with the enemy. Click one of them quickly for them to disappear after some time. Oh, okay. I think I stabbed him in the dick. I murdered the shit out of that guy. Red figure falls before your might with his final breath. He mutters something. May the Lord of Flame avenge me. And the figure lies very still. Okay. It's an interesting map. Uh-oh. It's another one! It's his clone! This is the same publisher as Harold Rabbit? Oh my god. Come on a sunlit beach. At the far end of the beach, a round stone altar rises from the sand. Upon it, you can see a strange statue. The statue seems made of rising waves. Frozen in place, statue seems to depict a great serpent in the sea, coiling and roaring. Beyond the beach shallows, something huge is moving. It appears to be a giant turtle. Do you wish to touch statue? Yes. Touch statue, a sudden tremor passes through it. The frozen waves seem to loosen. They become fluid and watery again. Ripples pass through the statue and then suddenly starts to change. The sea starts to slowly transform into the figure of a woman. The woman is pale and beautiful. She has long silvery hair which seems to move and flow as in an unseen current. Something wild and dangerous about her. Suddenly beyond the statue, you observe the ocean has become unquiet. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Welcome, Layla of the Order. You are strong and determined. I have felt this. Not a pawn, but a queen. And so you shall be the vessel of my wrath. I have allowed you onto this island, allowed you to live for one purpose alone. To destroy the cult of fire, to vanquish its wretched members without mercy, without quarter.
Chat, I don't think there's any AI stuff in this game. This feels like some good old-fashioned homegrown like struggle art.
They are attempting to hasten the return of the Lord of Blame, to quicken his reincarnation. This cannot
You think
be allowed.
Fiverr?
You will stop them and destroy them. And in return,
I think it might just
I
be
shall
like the
reward you.
developers and their
I shall
family
give up the
members.
pirate ships I have taken, as well as their crew. They shall be yours. And with my blessing, you, Layla, shall have the great power of the sea. So I have determined it. So it shall be done.
Suddenly, the voice begins to retreat, sinking away from the sounds of the surf. The sea becomes calm again, waves dissipating. I've gotten a large conch shell. Beautiful conch lies on the beach. Give it to me. Wants it. That's not a conch. It's called Passion. Coming from a small village in the jungle, several wooden houses in various states of disrepair surround an open space. A single palm tree and old crumbling well lies in the shade of the tree. Oh my god, I think that's the same sparkle that they used in Herald even. Enter into a small tavern. It is warm and light within the tavern. The nightly chill quickly falls away from you. There are 3 persons present in the tavern. A middle-aged woman, brown hair, tending the bar. 2 men, pirates by the looks of it.
Oh, will you take a look at this fine lass? Hi there, Munchery. A treasure of the seas ye be. A siren sent by the sea, sister. Well, I'll gladly die in your arms.
Chat, I've totally come around on this one. The charm is just like bursting at the seams here. Look. This is like an RPG passion project, right? Like, the more of this I see, the more interesting it becomes. Like they...
Whoa, what is this? Are my eyes deceiving me? Who is this
Yeah,
heavenly creature?
that's the same voice actor that did the intro narration. So yeah, they have a small group of friends or something doing
They
this.
are like the eyes of my beloved Elena. But the rest of you, I cannot recall.
I've seen better looking games than that.
Even
Of
now,
course you have. Of course you have. But this is...
My Elena, and my sorrow rises like a great tempest.
Skeleton on the text box has a binky.
A thunderous squall that only the rum can pacify.
Look, it has dialogue. They also didn't voice all the lines, which is an interesting choice. I mean, if you've got these people already, and you obviously didn't pay them much, get them to voice the whole thing. Why don't you? Side story to a 2017 game called Lantern of Worlds. Interesting. Yeah, the little I think this bouncing blue dot is supposed to represent, like, click here to continue or whatever, but they misaligned it, so it's actually over the skeleton. You love when made a bad game, how much convincing you need a voice act in the game? I would do it. I would absolutely do it. No compunctions whatsoever. Probably got the VA before finishing the script. Entirely possible, yeah.
Who are you? Another shipwreck survivor to grace our little island, huh? Well, you better get comfortable. You won't be leaving here anytime soon. Not while the Sea Sisters' wrath is upon us.
I would voice a video game for a complete stranger. 30 is middle-aged again. I have a single gold. Okay, bye, I guess? Can I go up the stairs? No. The stairs are just for show, chat. Uh-oh. Come from a large open space in the jungle. Before the jungle floor retreats, showing dark rock and veins of fiery lava. A smell of sulfur pushes back the scents from the jungle. In the center of the open space rises a huge stone fort. The fort looks quite old. Its walls and parapets are weathered and crumbling. Some recent repairs seem to have been made to the walls and gate, however. Yeah, even has a day-night cycle. How about that? Halt! Who goes there? Identify yourself. No. That's a mistake, friend. The last mistake you'll ever make, I'm afraid. Uh-oh. Is it just me, or did they really like the Pirates of the Caribbean theme? Oh, this guy's tough. Whew, that was close. The cultists fall before your might. With his last breath, one of the cultists mutters something. You must not enter. The cultist makes an arcane gesture and speaks a single strange word. Suddenly, before the castle gate, the air begins to move and stir as if in great heat. And strange magical energies appear, forming strands of power that interweave and connect, forming a magical barrier. Cool. Okay. What the hell is that? Oh, it's a tiger. For a second, I thought it was like a tiger person. Oh, look, citizens.
Ah, the Mirage returned.
Oh, it's the same guy.
I have spoken with Maria, and I owe you an apology, lady. It seems you are no Mirage at all, but a wretched mortal like us, shipwrecked and lost.
Oh, I got the combat setup. I do too. It's fast-paced. I'm not sure how much strategy it has, but it flows well. Okay. I'm gonna move on from this, but I'll be honest, I like this one. It's, you know, I'm not gonna recommend it to anybody. I'm not gonna declare it, you know, a groundbreaking piece of outsider art, but I mean, it's one of those games that is competent enough that I kind of want to see what they did with it. It's also only 2 hours long, apparently. Perfect. I mean, that's perfect. I wouldn't want to spend like 20 hours in this game. Hell, I don't think I'd want to spend 10 hours in this game. But like, there's enough going on here that I'm genuinely curious, you know, what was their vision for this game? What was the story that they wanted to tell? You know, I could totally see myself booting this up on like a slow Saturday afternoon or something and just being like, all right, game, hit me. What do you got? So yeah, I like it. Straight up, I like it. Definitely the highlight of the evening so far. gonna be a gremlin, play it in his own time. Alright. Alright, it's time, chat. It's time for your hoe use. Also, hopefully we don't need this. I don't know what exactly this is. Seems like some kind of murder mystery, but maybe an investigate 'em up. Assassin pirate Fire Nation attacked and R. Your house. All right, we got a chapter menu here. Oh, hang on. We have other games. The Soul games. Harold Rabbit, Lantern of Worlds, Layla Quest, Eastwind Adventures, Beetle Quest. Oh, neat. Neat. Okay. Chapter 1. Again, why the fuck is everything so loud? Alright, I'm an idiot. I'm so gullible. So stupid. So stupid I deserve this. So stupid I deserve this gash on my head. How could she do this to me? I'm her best friend. That's a lot. Oh my lord, okay. As soon as she reaches her room, Debbie heads straight to the bathroom and locks herself in. She presses her hand to the wound on her forehead. Blood runs down her cheeks and neck, staining her Hicksville College uniform. How could I have been so stupid not to have noticed, she wonders. She contemplates herself in the mirror and dabs the cut with a damp cloth. She'd been driving at 100 kilometers an hour. Tears streaming down her cheeks. Had she not been wearing a helmet, the accident could have been fatal. Today of all days. A few hours ago, Debbie completed another lap around the sun. Only a few minutes left until midnight, and not one person has wished her a happy birthday. Not even her worst nightmare could she have imagined coming of age would be so traumatic. Debbie is still wiping away the dried blood and smeared mascara when she sees it in the mirror. There's an envelope on top of her dresser. What's this? Her name is written on the envelope in marker pen. The handwriting is both exquisite and disturbing. Debbie flips it over, but there's no return address. The stamps look foreign. Who could it be from? She wonders out loud, trying to remember the last time she received a letter that wasn't a fine. For a few seconds, Debbie begins to slowly tear the envelope and open. This is an ink visual novel. I say haven't tried to code one yourself. Yeah. 57B East Side School Road, Hicksville. Happy birthday. Pulls out a postcard from inside the envelope. On the front is a photograph of a place she doesn't recognize. The address written on it is equally as strange. It's completely incomprehensible, mysterious even. Debbie studies the stamp, hoping it might offer a clue. I have no idea where this bird is from. Something else inside the envelope. It's a key and has a tag. Debbie picks up the key and looks at the tag. Happy birthday. The first birthday message she's had all day. Who the hell sent me this? Is this some kind of joke? Ouch. Sharp pain pierces through her head. The wound on her forehead throbs. She really needs to rest. It really has been an intense day. She pushes her backpack off her bed and it falls to the floor with a thump. She slowly takes off her sneakers and lies down on top of the crumpled quilt. She holds the postcard up and stares at it until her vision blurs and her eyelids feel heavy. Exhausted, Debbie drops the postcard on her chest and sighs. Her gaze wanders to the ceiling above her. Whoa. Nicole, that filthy, deceitful rat. She doesn't even like David. Why'd she do it? Was she jealous? Or was it just to satisfy her spoiled brat ego? I trusted her. I told her how I felt about David, or how I thought I felt about him. Note to self, never fall in love with the captain of the lacrosse team. Although it hurts way more to be betrayed by my best friend than be cheated on by that creep David Stratford. Oh, I had to open my eyes. That was cool. Damn it, that image is gonna stay with me for the rest of my life. They weren't even trying to hide it. They were right there, making out in the pub in front of everyone, laughing in my face. Sorry about being two-faced. I chose not to make a scene, yet made sure to pour a pint of beer over them as I left. But then the accident. Where was I? I remember the screeching of the brakes, the feeling of flying through the air, the driver's look of horror when he asked if I was alright. Poor guy was more freaked out than I was when he saw my blood on the pavement. On Monday, I was kicked out of the boarding school again. I'm really outdoing myself. This is the third time this year. The way my dad shot me that year really disappointed me, Glare, when I was talking to Strickland. It was priceless. And that sorry excuse of principal went on and on, reeling off my greatest achievements, repeatedly skipping class, alcohol, and drug use on school premises, zero respect for rules and school values. My dad has given me way too many ultimatums. He's well aware that shipping me off some other boarding school would be doing me a favor. He has a million other tricks up his sleeve when it comes to making my life miserable. But if he dares lay a hand on me again, he'll know what's coming. I made that crystal clear to him last Christmas. That's interesting. You gotta open your eyes back up to the text. Neat presentation on this one. I really like the aesthetic, and I really like the interactive elements. Clearly, my delivery could use a little more libation. Debbie jolts upright. There is no point fooling herself any longer. Good night's sleep is out of the question. Tonight and all the following nights for the next 18 years of her life. Thousands of thoughts swirl around her mind. She pushes all but one aside, which begins to make more and more sense. To run away. To get out of this place right now without a minute to waste. Yes, that's what she's going to do. She'll have to think on her feet and figure out a way to find the address on the postcard. It's a leap in the dark. She knows there might be nothing there, and the key might be nothing more than a joke, but right now, anything is better than staying in Hicksville. Adrenaline pumping, Debbie empties her backpack, letting her science and economics books tumble to the floor. She can fill it with more useful things. Oh, I can click on these. But... oh, maybe this is all the stuff that I need to find. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Debbie scours her room looking for anything she might need. Some clothes, a pair of slippers, and a toothbrush. Clothes. Okay. She opens her desk drawer and finds a map. A Swiss Army knife. Oh, weird. There's actually the option to open up more tech. Ah, yes, some cash would be helpful. She bends down and pulls out a small wooden box from under her bed. This already keeps her money her Aunt Lucille gave her. There's enough to keep her going for 6 months or so. She also picks up her amulet. It's a small jewel that Aunt Lucille gave her. It was her mom's. She would have liked you to have it, her aunt told her. Debbie never met her mom. She died when she was 4 years old, but now's not the time to think about that. She stuffs her belongings in her backpack along with the postcard and key. Debbie puts on her jacket and pulls a hat over her head. She looks in the mirror and barely recognizes herself. The wound on her forehead is swelling and turning purple, but at least it's stopped bleeding. It's already past midnight. The guards will be patrolling the halls of the residence, so the only alternative is the window. Debbie opens it. The cool nighttime breeze and the height is on the second floor. It sends a shiver down her spine. For a brief moment, Debbie turns and looks back at the dorm room behind her. Fuck it. This isn't my house. Debbie sticks one leg out of the window and looks around outside. She knows she must rely on the cover of darkness to make her escape. Hundreds of stars flicker above her, but the night sky is moonless. There doesn't seem to be anyone in the garden. She hears voices and laughter coming from one of the dorm rooms. Another sleepover I wasn't invited to. Good. I'll keep the night guards busy. Debbie leans on the windowsill gingerly and clutches at the moldy bricks. She pulls herself up, placing her feet on the dangerously narrow ledge. Moving her hands and feet simultaneously, she shimmies over to the drain pipe. As soon as she reaches the cold metal pipe, she grabs it and slides down it. Ouch! Debbie misjudged the distance and tumbled into a planter. The bushes cushioned the blow and she isn't hurt, but the crash might have caught someone's attention. So much for being quiet. She's gonna have to cross the garden quickly without getting caught. She has 40 seconds to get to the fence and jump over when the guard isn't looking. Debbie runs. Runs, more, and runs. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Okay, I get it. You have that long to click all of the bold text. That's cool. Okay. This is kind of like a visual novel with QuickTime events. There we go. Cool. Tells Chitara I want Lunchables for lunch as a joke. Guess what I have? Nice. She sees her at the parking lot crouching down as she goes. There must be some clueless student who forgot to lock their car or left the window half open. That's when she spots it. Parked a few feet away is Nicole's brand new red motorbike. The sly grin spreads across her lips. She'll have to hotwire the engine, but fortunately she got some experience with that. Debbie rummages under the tank and finds the electrical circuit. She has to cut the wires. Not thinking twice, she opens her backpack and takes out the Swiss Army knife. That should do it, right? And then that activates the cut keyword. Now Debbie must first connect the green wire to the black wire and then the red wire to the blue wire. When the wires are connected, she'll be able to start the bike. The green... Oh, God. Oh, that's such a fucky thing to do. Oh, fuck. Oh, they want the colors, not the text. Green wire to the black wire. Oh, no. Sorry, I did it out of order. Oh, fuck. I did it out of order. Green wire to the black wire. The red wire to the blue wire. Yeah, that was it. That was it. I did it out of order. Bike starts up with a roar that sounds like pure freedom. As the security guard approaches the parking lot, Debbie grips the handbars and accelerates, getting out of there as fast as you can. Quid pro quo, Nicole, your bike in exchange for slimy David. She takes the first exit she comes to. Debbie can't help but think about the boarding school. They probably haven't even noticed she's gone. Tomorrow morning, they'll start looking for her. Her body aches and her head throbs, but she can't stop. She must get to her destination as soon as possible. First, she must get her bearings and decide whether to take the interstate highway or the Hicksville freeway. What do you think, chat? Highway or freeway? We have a choice. Both are bad. Highway, freeway, freeway, freeway. Although it seems to be the longest route, she'll reach her destination sooner this way. Wait, how's that making sense? I guess you can go faster on the freeway? Early mornings, Ray's do little warmer hands which are frozen from hours of gripping the handlebars of the motorbike. As shadows and haze fade away, they reveal an unfamiliar landscape, fresh, new, and full of promise. Debbie is overcome by a feeling of liberation. Without knowing her how or why, she feels sure she is doing the right thing. It did say happy birthday on the key. It's got to be a sign. With her eyes on the horizon, she settles into the seat and gives the throttle more gas. As she drives, memories of the past she is leaving behind come flooding back. Lost in regret and overcome with fatigue, her grip weakens and the bike slows. Seriously, what am I doing? I get some random anonymous postcard and suddenly I'm ready to send everything and everyone to hell. A freight truck overtakes her abruptly, bringing her back to reality. The strong tailwind forces her to straighten up. The traffic on the road is getting heavier by the minute. No more looking back. She needs to focus on the present and on the future. An hour and a half later, she passes a sign announcing her destination. why you wear gloves at 40 plus miles per hour. It gets cold. I can imagine, yeah. It's almost noon when Debbie finally reaches her destination. She's in what appears to be a quiet residential area at the end of a boulevard lined with tall, leafy trees. The houses are big with well-kept gardens and welcoming front porches. There's hardly anyone around, just a few kids playing in the driveways and a friendly-looking neighbor walking the dog. It looks like a really nice neighborhood. Debbie turns off the engine and reads the street name again. She takes it off her backpack and opens it to double-check the address on the postcard. There it is. 57B East Side, School Road. This is it. Sets off again, much more slowly, her eyes scanning for the number 57 along the odd-numbered sidewalk. He feels her pulse start to quicken. 7, 19, 25, 33, 41. It can't be. Debbie steps in front of number 57 and gets off the bike. She can hardly believe her eyes. In front of her is a house she can't even begin to describe. She simply can't put it into words. It's beautiful, Debbie murmurs as she crosses the street and approaches the gate, unable to take her eyes off the impressive mansion before her. The gate looks like it's open. Debbie looks both ways, afraid someone is watching her, but there's not a soul in sight. Happy birthday, she says to herself, building up the courage to push the gate open. Debbie crosses the garden on a narrow pathway bordered by brightly colored plants. Dry leaves crunch beneath her feet, and it looks like no one has mowed the lawn in weeks. A small slope leads her to the front door. The wooden porch creaks under her feet as she stops in front of the door, solid and simple in design. She hesitates for a moment, then knocks. She tries again, and again, and again. I like that. It's a small thing, but I really like that. No one answers. Debbie goes to push open the door, but is firmly locked. To her right is something that looks like an intercom, but is turned off. There's a small slot in the panel. Perhaps she needs a key to activate it. What is my inventory button? I don't think it's the door, is it? No. I need to get my inventory out here. Yeah, this picture isn't it either. Oh! Open keyword takes you to backpack. Although that might not actually be what you're supposed to do. How does this part work? I can open this, but I can't. I can drag it around, but I can't do anything with it. Oh, wait. Ah, sorry. It's that switch button. Or not. I think that's what I'm supposed to do. Key is in bold now. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She inserts the key into the slot and the display lights up. The intercom is now turned on. Debbie tries to open the door again, but it's still locked. Looks like she needs to enter a combination. From the looks of this, there's no conventional security system, but there's no questioning its effectiveness. What now? Yeah, sorry, I'm much more of a visual thinker, so this is, it's a little tricky for me to get my head around. Let's see. Also, sound effects are really good. There's no message here. Oh, it's 3-digit. What if it's... Never mind.
Take a good look at what once came your way. The cars, birds, and trees are the key to entering this place.
Cars, birds, and trees. Six, 3, 5. Okay.
Take a good look at what once came your way. The cars, birds, and trees are the key to entering this place.
Maybe I miscounted them. That's 6 cars. There is a bird on the stamp. Naren, you clever son of... 6, 4, 5, maybe? God damn it! It got me, chat.
Home, your regular place of residence and one in which you live your private or family life. You know, that sounds great, but who am I kidding? I've never had a home. Till now, at least. So it's been over a week since I arrived here, and I'm still not sure if this house is a gift or a joke. Like, I feel like at any moment someone's gonna burst through the door, see me living here, and call the cops, and it's either gonna be some loaded lowlife or a happy family with their 3 blonde kids and a dog. I once read on a mug that the best things in life are free. Dreams, laughter, hugs. Okay, yeah. What a load of nonsense. Every night I go to bed wondering who sent me this letter and this key, and I wonder why they did it. Like, there's too many unanswered questions. How am I supposed to relax like this? I saw that figure dressed in black again today. They were snooping around the garden fence. And who are you? Are you behind all of this? I'm leaving behind this tape recording in case I disappear or something happens to me.
Really invest in this visual novel. I really like this. I'm not a big visual novel guy, but I am deeply enjoying this. This is a prequel to one of their games from 2020, huh? Alright, bathroom. A jet of hot pressurized water massages Debbie's neck and shoulders. The shower, much like the bathroom and the rest of the house, is spacious and sophisticated in design. That was our character speaking, yeah. I think filling in the gap of the 1 week time skip, jumping from her finding the house to living in it for a week. She's been settled in for several weeks now, but still feels like an outsider. She can't help but wonder what stories lie hidden in the furniture and paintings that adorn the many rooms of the mansion. Nevertheless, her initial doubts and fears have given way to a sense of excitement at starting fresh. Debbie has convinced herself the house is a gift, a chance to leave a dark and miserable past behind. Wait a minute. Is that a doorbell? Debbie turns off the shower. And she listens with bated breath. It's the first time she's ever heard it, but it doesn't seem to sound like the doorbell. She has the music on full blast, so whoever it is probably already knows someone is home. Her heart hammering, Debbie pulls on her bathrobe and she hurriedly walks out of the bathroom. Not bothering to dry herself off, Debbie walks straight into the bedroom, leaving wet footprints and dripping water all over the floor. Distressed, she hesitates between putting on some clothes or going downstairs as she is in her bathrobe. The doorbell keeps ringing insistently. Well, only one of these is bolded, so I guess we're putting on some clothes. They can wait, she mutters to herself as she opens the door to the small adjoining room. When she first inspected it, Debbie didn't think much of the surprising fact the dressing room was full of women's clothes, outfits, and shoes, all of which were precisely her size. That's a red flag as hell. Maybe it's just a coincidence, or maybe the mysterious person who sent her the letter with the key knew her much better than she cared to admit. After slipping on some pants and grabbing a t-shirt at random, Debbie leaves the dressing room in a hurry. How annoying. Who could it be? Could it be something to do with that sinister-looking character she saw a few days ago? Debbie grimaces semi-approvingly. She sees a summary print of her t-shirt she picked out reflected in the closet mirror. Feeling uneasy, she leaves the bedroom. I didn't get a real good look at that scene, but it felt a little Escher-ish. Two further sharp rings demand her presence. Debbie has the vague feeling that taking her time to open the door gives her a certain sense of authority, as if that were irrefutable proof that she truly is the owner of the house. However, steps unconsciously quicken, driven by anguish. The pictures hanging on the walls in the hallway watch as Debbie runs past and reaches the stairs, practically skidding. Debbie spent the last few days mentally coming up with a false identity for herself, just in case some nosy neighbor shows up asking awkward questions. She'll fake a French accent and claim to be an exchange student renting the mansion. I can't do French. I'm sorry, chat. Absent-minded, Debbie plays the conversation out in her head as she descends the staircase 2 steps at a time, sliding her hand along the railing. As she reaches the last step, she stumbles foolishly as if about to fall before she ends up in the living room. It's a nice rug. What a terrible time to stumble. Debbie reacts just in time and grabs a bookshelf to stop herself from falling flat on her face. In an effort to calm herself down, she approaches the stereo, which is still blaring music. It is a superb piece of equipment, worthy of a melomaniac. Debbie loves to turn the music on full blast and dance by herself, be it in the morning as soon as she wakes up. Or at midnight, naked and savoring a glass of wine. Those are sentence fragments. You can't actually do that. They need to be connected. At first, she was worried about bothering the neighbors, but seeing that no one complained, she gradually turned up the volume. I think we're turning it off. As she turns off the music, the doorbell can be heard crystal clear. Debbie feels defenseless, as if she has revealed her standing in a strategic game. Her pulse quickens. They're still there, she thinks, as she crosses into the hall. Debbie shakes her hands around in the air in an attempt to dry off her sweaty palm. Then she stops and stands on the carpet in the entrance hall and mentally begins to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, there is no doubt about it. The doorbell has stopped ringing. In the silence now, she can even hear herself breathing. Seriously? She mutters to herself, somewhat relieved. Debbie carefully creeps up to the door, poised to peer through the peephole. There's no bolded text. Oh, fuck. Christ. No one. They're gone. All she can see through the peephole is the empty porch and the garden. Was I supposed to be clicking on these at the top of every page? Did I miss a bunch of shit? Suddenly a knock startles her. The sound is now coming from the back door. Who do they think they are? Debbie quickly retraces her steps. Debbie? No, it was just that. Debbie boldly walks into the living room, but gradually her pace slows to a halt. The sofas, the floor lamp, and the bookcase full of books seem to taunt her. She clearly recalls there being a back door to the kitchen, but how do you get to it? You have to go through the dining room and then... No. Wait. Her nerves are getting the best of her, making it difficult to find her bearings. In front of her, there's a wooden door. On the left, a large sliding door. Wooden door? Office room. It's a cozy little room, a nice nook to work in. It has a vintage desk, lots of books, many of them are on architecture. Drinks cabin. No, this is the office. It's not this way. The somewhat maze-like layout of the rooms often still causes Debbie to get lost in the house. Just the other day, for instance, it took her several minutes to find the bathroom. She turns back around. She tries to remember the way to the kitchen. She goes back into the living room. The knocking from the back door has become even sharper. Debbie quickly crosses the living room. This time she doesn't hesitate and decisively opens the sliding door that leads to the dining room. Oh. A particularly loud thump causes Debbie's blood to run cold for a second. Frozen, she silently gazes at the practically regal details of the room, such as the large gilded ice bucket or the glass cabinet that houses an imposing porcelain dinner service. Debbie swallows as she slowly skirts the long table that presides over the dining room, surrounded by 10 chairs. Evidently wary, she places her hand on the doorknob leading to the kitchen. Nice. From the kitchen doorway, Debbie finds that no one is in the backyard. The knocking has stopped. She slides her fingers across the cold marble of the countertop, not taking her eyes off the small back door. Why does she feel like she's doing something wrong? As her hand reaches to turn the key in the lock, she shudders. It's not locked. Meaning that if someone had wanted to get in, they could have easily entered by now. Determined, Debbie pushes open the back door. Debbie looks to her left and her right, but does not see anyone. Stepping onto the gravel of the driveway, she realizes that all this time she's been barefoot. As she looked down at her feet, that's when she sees it. A large envelope has been left on the floor with no stamp, return address, or any writing on it. The first thing that Debbie notices as she picks it up is how heavy it is. Judging by its shape, it appears to contain a book. Clutching the envelope against her chest, Debbie takes a last look around the backyard, which, just as the rest of the manor's garden, and much like its past, retains the decaying aura of all things that have been abandoned. She closes the kitchen door behind her and opens the envelope. Whoa! Debbie returns to the office, sets aside some documents, and puts the book on the table to leaf through it. The Jazz Enigma, Billy Tipton's Hidden Identity. Hicksville Architectural College Class of 1969 Commencement Sheet. Speech. Blue Shoes. Irma Vep. Fictional character and the title character of the French silent film Les Vampires. Hicksville. Puzzle-infused Manhattan Retreat. Muffletta, the delectable delight of Muffletta. Culinary journey to New Orleans. What the hell is this? It's a collection of all kinds of clippings. Overcome with curiosity, Debbie tries to find some logic or sense to it all. But two things stick out to her as being particularly strange. The first is that a page seems to have been torn out at the end of the book. The second is a bookmark that has been left on a page that features a pair of shoes that seem awfully familiar to Debbie. Where have I seen these shoes before? Debbie picks up the book and exits the room. I saw that, Faulty Towers, yeah. Debbie walks through the office door. Oh, fuck. Shit. Oh. Okay, so we can navigate between rooms this way. Sorry, I didn't try the phone. These are clickable, though. Hang on. Go back to the office real quick. Find out. Phone is not usable. 1 equals A, though. Use your head. If the book was meant for me, it must have been sent by the same person who sent me the letter with the keys. It's either that, or someone's been mistaking me for another person for weeks, and here I am opening packages that aren't intended for me and poking around in memories that aren't mine at all. God, I could use a cigarette right now. The sun begins to go down, drawing shadows in the large room. Those shoes. Wait a minute. Debbie lets her intuition guide her and heads upstairs. On the second floor, the stairs lead to a hallway where the walls are lined with old portraits with which Debbie exchanges glances as she mumbles to herself. This just seems to be a zoom in, zoom out sitch. Who are all these people? They're all former owners. This house must be over 1,000 years old. Between the paintings, several doors can be found. The first leads to a room that could be a study. The second leads to the bedroom. And the third one is locked. The truth is Debbie has not been able to get into that room yet. I think we're headed to the bedroom. This isn't the only bedroom in the house, but it looks like a presidential suite. Debbie didn't think twice about making it her own. It's the biggest, most comfortable bed she's ever slept in. She found it made when she arrived, but since that day, she hasn't bothered to remake it. Left is the door to the dressing room. Opposite her is the door to the bathroom, and behind her is the door that leads back to the hallway. Dressing room, please. Debbie walks back into the dressing room, which can only be accessed from the bedroom. She heads straight for one of the shelves, which is automatically lit up as she approaches it, shedding light on a colorful collection of shoes. The shoes in the scrapbook should logically be somewhere around here. Those. Them. These. VHF 104 megahertz. Voila, here they are. There's no doubt about it, they are identical to the ones in the clipping. Debbie examines the shoes. They're a colorful pair of heels. They may not be her style, but the bold design prompts her to imagine herself wearing them. They're nice enough, but I don't see what's so special about them. Suddenly, Debbie takes a closer look at the spot where the shoes have been placed. She thinks she can make something out. Poulin and Associates. It looks like a locked safe or something. After a few unsuccessful attempts, Debbie gives up and leaves the bedroom in search of other clues. Okay. VHF 104. We'll go back to the living room.
If you're listening to this, bear in mind that those motley architects with you know how to open the shield box. Follow the path that leads from mustache to glasses, then to hat, and lastly to bow tie. Did you write those directions down?
No.
All right then. Good luck. This message will automatically be repeated in 3, 2, 1. If you're listening to this, bear in mind that those motley architects with you know how to open the shield box. Follow the path that leads from mustache to glasses, then to hat, and lastly to bow tie.
Mustache, glasses,
write
hat,
those
bow
directions
tie.
down?
Mustache, glasses, hat, bow tie. Find something in the paintings. Okay. Mustache? How are we supposed to... Mustache, glasses, hat, bow tie. It makes, like a knit. I don't think you're supposed to click on them. And then what do I do with that? To run that direction? Note this down, right down. Note the shape will probably be relevant a bit. Well, let's see if you can actually go this way. Down. I have to find something in the paintings. It said to unlock the shield box. How would this help me do that? There's just the one button here. Can't drag anything here. Can't mouse wheel down. No. Yeah, clicking on anything in this scene, I can click and drag, but it just grays it out. What's the bathroom got? Oh, whoop, wrong way. Start from the radio room, down, right down. You can't go down from here. All you can do is return to upstairs from the living room. The living room is the only room on the first floor you can go into. Debbie returns to the bathroom. The steam on the mirror is already beginning to evaporate, and Debbie is able to clearly see her reflection. She fixes her hair as she racks her brain. It's almost as if someone was teasing me. That might be it. Page 49. No, that still wasn't it. I have to generally line up how the paintings are placed. Do you need to end at the pull-in logo? Let's see, which ones can actually be moved? Just these center two columns, that's it. Right, no, you can't do anything with any of the other ones. Line up in the right place then. I could maybe make an educated guess at this. Maybe like that? No, that's still not it. Okay. I'm afraid we're gonna have to leave this one here. I was hoping that I could solve the mystery of this safe, but I'm getting way too tired, so I think we're gonna have to call it. This does have a built-in hint system too, so. Apparently we are in chapter 2 right now, out of 5 chapters, which means this is a pretty good sized story, but this has definitely been the most engaging game of the evening. For as much fun as we made of its name, that was really solid. That was really, really good. So. And with that, chat, I think I'm gonna call tonight complete. We didn't get all the way through our recent acquisitions, but we got through everything that we received in April and all but one game we got in March. We missed Ethereal Fracture, and we'll still need to go back and do Deadly Footprints before we can dial it all the way back to summer of 2023 to keep rolling. But I mean, I would consider tonight a roaring success personally. We got through 6 games of dubious quality and then one that was genuinely good, like actually quite good. So, we should go back to that. Maybe we should. But yeah, just one more recap. Harold Rabbit, decent enough point and click adventure for all ages. Very, very small, very thin game. Raimodula is a very stylish platformer that doesn't quite seem to have the action to back up its visuals. Clicker Mining Simulator is garbage. You can forget that you ever saw it. Super Shot. Person made a game, threw it on Steam. I would not advise doing that with your first game project ever. Trolls vs. Vikings Reborn is Plants vs. Zombies with a different coat of paint. Lantern of Worlds Layla's Quest is an indie RPG passion project that doesn't really play like any other RPG you'll play. Definitely an interesting experience if nothing else. And Your House is good. Your House is a very stylish and interactive visual novel that we may come back to on this channel. I was really getting into that, so. I would imagine the next time we do a Curator Connectageddon, we're gonna have some more new additions, spacing things out, but we'll see if we can't get through all the 2025 games so that we can get back to working through the old backlog here. One of those early 2000s type point and click Eurojank RPGs. It was actually reminding me a bit of like a really janky version of like Hero. Oh god. Oh fuck. What are those games called? It's not Hero Quest. That's too generic a name. Hang on. Hero the Kingdom. That's what I'm thinking of. If you want, just to throw this out here, if you want a much more polished version of what we've been talking about, I would genuinely recommend the first 2 Hero the Kingdom game. From 3, as far as I'm concerned, the series kind of falls off. But the first one, especially the second one, are very, very good. They are very chill, sort of point and click, sort of hidden object games, but you're basically trading and exchanging your way through a conventional fantasy adventure with a few interesting twists and turns. So, it's a good time. I like it. Don't pay $8 for it. Wait for them to go on sale. But yeah. Anyway. God, where was I? Alright, so that's gonna do it for tonight, chat. Schedule reminder, tomorrow night we're doing more Power Hours, March 1995 in Nintendo Power. Sunday is nothing. I don't stream on Sundays, you know that. Monday, we are back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, and it's unstoppable reign over our Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. So yeah, that's it. Wallpaper, I'm gonna end the stream. I'll set up the wallpaper and get to it. Maybe you'll see it the next time we do stuff. I'm about to collapse here. I'm sure in no small part because of how much I've had to drink tonight. I've drunk an unusual amount for myself, so let's go hit up. I think that tonight I will send you over to Voyix because Voyix is playing Blueprints, and that game looks really cool, and I might peek at a little bit here to see if it's something that I would be interested in. So anyway, gang, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for joining me for a eventful, talkful, drinkful, and somewhat gameful Friday evening. I love Fridays. I love having free reign to just kind of go through whatever set of games I want. We've been doing a lot of various and sundry things on Fridays lately, and it's honestly been a lot of fun for me. Just changing stuff up as much as we have. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed tonight. Hopefully you were fascinated by Your House or some of the other crap we played. And hopefully I will see you all out tomorrow night for more of the Power Hours. But until then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.